Disclaimer is not my story time. Send me on Instagram. So send me your stories on Instagram. Fiance and I have been together for 3 years. He has never had a girlfriend before me. Never wanted to be in a relationship because he thought it would tie him down. When we first started hanging out, I told him that I definitely wanted a relationship and that I was looking for something serious. He told me that he was open to the idea. 4 months into the relationship, he still didn't want to call himself my boyfriend or me his girlfriend. Whenever we would go out together, he would always claim that I was his girlfriend to people. So that let me know that he liked me, but he wasn't ready for like a serious relationship. This is around the time when I brought up monogamy and he agreed that we should just be exclusive. And when he said that he wanted to be exclusive, I said that maybe we should just be boyfriend and girlfriend then. This is when he hesitated but said, okay, fine. At first I felt guilty for trying to rush him into a relationship, but if you're trying to cuff me up for 6 months, I need to know that you're going to be serious about me, which is fair enough. He was finally introducing me as his girlfriend. He also started posting me on his Instagram and his story. All of this made me feel really secure about the relationship, which was great. It's been a couple of years now and the relationship is pretty good. We really don't have a lot of conflicts except that he has a job that requires him to travel. He was actually offered a position where he doesn't have to travel, but it means that he has to move. That's when he asked me if I would be willing to move with him. Now, I never thought I would leave my hometown. I love where I live, my family is there, and I'm extremely close to my family. He made it really clear that he did not want a long-distance relationship. So essentially, I had to choose between breaking up or staying with him. I decided to move so that we could be together, but now I kind of regret it. His new job is great, he's earning a lot of money, I'm studying online. This means I'm home most of the time. It also means that it's been hard for me to make friends, but he on the other hand has amazing coworkers. Most of them are male except for 2 females. One is significantly older than him, and then the other one is about 5 years older than him. And his coworkers love going out after work. Especially on the weekend, they all love to get together. Now, I have met his coworkers and the 2 women. The younger one is definitely a little bit flirty with him. When I noticed that she was flirting with him in front of me, I asked him if he'd gotten the feeling that she was attracted to him. He said no. But sometimes I see that she messages him after work. She'll offer to give him rides. At this point, we don't have a car because we just moved here. I told him I had a big problem with that and that she needed to stop messaging him, especially offering him rides. This is when he told me that I needed to stop being jealous. To me, it has nothing to do with jealousy. It's all about respect. I moved away from my family to be with him, and I expect him to respect me too, which means not hanging out with young female coworkers. A few days ago, I come home from the gym and he's getting ready to go out. When I asked him what he was doing, he said he was going to go to the bar with his friends. I asked him if the girl would be there and he said yes. But here's my problem. He didn't even invite me. He also didn't tell me he was going to the bar. I had to ask him where he was going. I asked him not to go to the bar because we hadn't spent a lot of time together, got really angry and left anyway. He didn't care that I was crying, he still left. When he came back from the bar, he was kind of drunk and started apologizing. He told me that he was an and that he shouldn't have done that, but he told me that he doesn't want to single her out or make her feel bad because they all work together and they're all coworkers. So essentially he's saying that he's still going to hang out with her if she's around. So I packed my bags and came home. My parents don't want me to go back. What hurts me the most is that he hasn't been looking for me. Should I break up with him or should I give him another chance? Softcare sister out.
Story time about how my best friend got over. So a little background information. We were in 9th grade and we were 15 whenever this all happened. We're gonna call my best friend Ethan. Well, Ethan was dating this girl, Brianna, and they broke up after like 7 months of dating, which if we're being completely honest, it was for the best. They were toxic. Obviously, what does Ethan do after this happens? He comes to his best friends for advice because obviously he still loved Brianna. Anyways, so he comes to me and our other best friend, Matthew, and he's like, yeah, like what should I do? Still love her, still want to be with her, but our relationship was so toxic, da 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 da. And Matt and I were like, no, you do not need her in your life. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I just wish my friends would let me be delusional. Do not sit there and tell me that him and I are the most toxic people on earth when we're together. Tell me that him and I are an amazing couple and we're going to be together. Like, I will literally tell my friend when I want her to let me be delusional. I don't know if that's just me. Anyways, we were not about to let Ethan be delusional. We did not want him near the... I had good intentions. I didn't want Ethan to be with her because of how toxic they were. Matt, on the other hand... Anyway, so like I said, we're hyping Ethan up and he's like, yeah, you know what? That... I don't care if she gets another boyfriend, I don't need her. Well, Ethan, you really shouldn't have said that in front of Matt. Especially the, I don't care if she gets another boyfriend part. Anyway, so fast forward, Matt ends up getting with Ethan's ex-girlfriend. Obviously, this is going to make Ethan upset. Personally, in my opinion, Brianna was not a nice person. She was one of those girls that was very fake and thought that she was above everybody else. So Ethan goes and talks to Matt and he's like, hey, what the happened to, oh, you don't need that, she's toxic, da-da-da-da-da, she's this, that, and the next. And I'm just like on the sidelines watching this unfold because I just wasn't getting involved. Anyway, so Matt is like, well, you said that you didn't care if she got another boyfriend. When he said that, that did not go over well with Ethan at all. He was not about to have him use that as an excuse to over. So then Ethan goes, you know, you're my best friend. I trusted you, da 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 da. And then Matt, guess what he does? He just shrugs and he's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. Anyway, so this led to Ethan and Matt physically fighting. Matt ended up with a broken nose and Brianna ended up dumping him. So, you know, he really just like got beat up for no reason. But that's what you get for being a snake.
Am I wrong for announcing my pregnancy at my older sister's birthday lunch? I, 25 female, have an older sister who is 30 years old. We have never gotten along growing up, and I consider her my first bully. That's okay, my older sister was my first bully too, but now we're like BFFs. Growing up, she has always commented on my weight and how I look. Because of the consistent bullying, I spent most of my time with my dad and stepmother who gladly took me in. Since I was still young, I was basically forced to visit my mom, and I dreaded the weekends I had to visit. My mother was never the problem, but she would let my sister get away with doing horrible things to me. When I turned 14, I was finally able to live with my dad and stepmom full time, but I did keep in contact with my mom. I didn't start visiting her home until I was 18. Anyways, my mother decided to set up a birthday dinner for my older sister. She invited both me and my husband, so we decided that we would go because I hadn't seen my mother since 2021, and I did miss her. Anyways, everything was going well, the food was amazing, and I got to see family that I haven't seen in years. Well, it was amazing until everyone was eating. I had finished my food and I was still hungry, so I asked my mother if it was okay to get more since everyone had gotten their first helping. My mother of course said to help myself, so I got up and started making myself a plate. It was going okay until my older sister loudly said, "Shouldn't you stop eating so much? You look like you're gaining so much weight." I'm literally 3 months pregnant. I looked around and everyone was looking at me, so I said, "Thanks for your concern, but I'm actually eating for 2 right now." Immediately, everyone started getting up and congratulating my husband and me while my sister just sat there looking dumb. Every conversation was about my pregnancy and nobody seemed interested in my sister. Soon after me and my husband left, we immediately got a text from my sister saying I was an asshole and I intentionally tried to ruin her day. I don't feel bad.
Story time of when my eyelid literally got burnt off. It was the worst time for this to possibly have happened to me on my 16th birthday. And what's even worse about it is I was already sick. I wasn't already feeling good and my mom was like, "Hey, we're throwing you a party in the valley. Come on down." I didn't want to disappoint, so I went. And the whole time I was literally on the couch with a headache and the chills. We're getting towards the end of the party and my mom was like, "Come on, we're gonna sing happy birthday to you." So with no energy, I say, "Okay." As soon as they're done singing happy birthday to me, I go and I blow out my candles, right? And then they tell me to bite the cake. So I bite the cake and all of a sudden, my face plants into the cake. But that's not it. Because as it turns out, when they pushed my head in the cake, one of the candles was still hot. And my eyelid landed right on that candle.